Valerie Plame and her husband, former Ambassador Joe Wilson, they've been at the center of this investigation and trial from day one, and they're not done with the courts yet. Attorney Melanie Sloan is representing them in a lawsuit against top Bush administration officials. She's on the phone with us right now. Melanie, first of all, your reaction to what happened today?
Well, the entire Wilson team is very pleased by the verdict. We think that justice was served in this case.
Is it enough?
Well, it's a start. It's not enough. Valerie Plame and Joe Wilson have a civil case that they intend to continue to pursue against Cheney, Libby, Rove, and Armitage. That case hinges on slightly different facts than the criminal case. It's about whether or not these this group of people retaliated against Joe Wilson and Valerie Wilson for Joe Wilson speaking out about the pre-war intelligence and not just about whether Scoot or Libby lied.
Are you still considering further action against the Vice President of the United States, against Karl Rove?
Well, they're all named in the suit. So Vice President and Karl Rove are named in the suit, and it's our hope that we'll have the chance to take their depositions and learn a great deal more about their involvement in this conspiracy to retaliate against Joe Wilson. We're talking about the pre-war intelligence.
How are you going to prove that conspiracy?
Well, that's something we'll bring up through the courts, but we're looking forward to taking their depositions. That would be the only opportunity that the American public would have to hear the full story straight from Vice President Cheney and Karl Rove about what they were doing back in the White House in those pre-Iraq War days.
And in those depositions, what do you plan on asking? What are some of the pointed questions that you are eager to know how they will respond?
Well, we're eager to learn a great deal more about what they knew about Joe Wilson and what they were willing to do to discredit him and how far they were willing to go to expose Valerie Wilson's covert status and endanger both Valerie, her family, and other people that she'd come into contact with. But even more importantly for the American people, I think there's a real question here about how the White House chose to manipulate information running up to the war, intelligence information, and we'd like the chance to ask some questions about that as well.
What would you say the underlying heart of this suit is for you? Is it what you say was a conspiracy theory regarding outing Valerie Plame in order to retaliate against Joseph Wilson, or do you think it is even bigger than that? Do you think this is about bringing down members of the Bush administration?
Oh, no, this case isn't about a goal of bringing down the Bush administration. It's about informing the American public about how the highest echelons of government, how people at the highest echelons of government were willing to misuse and abuse their positions of power in order to retaliate against a critic, and they brought the full weight of the government against a critic. What
is your next move, Melanie Sloan?
Well, the case has motions. The defendants all filed motions to dismiss in the case, and we'll have an oral argument in that matter on May 17th.
Will we hear from your clients, Joe or Valerie Wilson?
Yes, you'll hear from Joe Wilson. In fact, he'll be on CNN later today. He'll be on Larry King Live tonight.
Perfect plug. Melanie Sloan, Executive Director of Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, also representing Valerie Wilson and her husband, Joe Wilson. Appreciate your reaction today.
Larry King Live airs at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on CNN.